16 seconds late, and he allows you 59 seconds to simulate. That's about 16 seconds late. There was one. Oh, no. That's still time. I was thinking that as well, but that's not official. Yeah.
Hello, let me see.
I realized at the 11th hour that I was using the comparative text, so I can't find the stuff. It didn't have any calculator that has all the information from McGovern. So it's not the right thing from McGovern. Eventually to figure it out. But it's the text that we're using. Is that true? No, it's like there's a minute set like. Because I thought of the other these things.
Right, good evening everyone. It is time to start. Welcome to our 2025 Clarendon Park Jazz Spectacular. It's wonderful to welcome you all here tonight, and I know we're in for a weekend of phenomenal music. I believe that this has now become, or grown into, one of the biggest school jazz concerts or jazz series in the country, and that is just a testament to the enormous amount of hard work that all of our musicians put into these concerts. So welcome, I hope you have a wonderful evening. We all know that Friday night is always the best night, so you have done well, but you know tomorrow night I'm going to say the same thing about Saturday night. In other words, both nights are going to be fantastic, and I know that you are in for a treat. We really are blessed in PE with unbelievable talent when it comes to our school musicians and our school music department. So welcome, have a wonderful evening, sit back and relax, and enjoy a very special welcome to all our principals, deputy principals, heads of music, music staff. Thank you for being here, thank you for your support of your musicians, and thank you for the enormous amount of hard work that you've put into preparing your bands for this evening. A big welcome to Mr. Dion Skuman from Collegiate. Thank you, sir, for the enormous amount of input that you put into the arts, into music at Clarendon Park, and into tonight. Collegiate are our title sponsor, so thank you, sir, for all that you do for us. And welcome to parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers and sisters. I know that you really are just going to have a fantastic evening. We're going to get the speeches over with at the start, so just some thank yous if you don't mind. A big thank you to Sean Cornell on the sound desk from clear as a bell, to Mr. Marlon Louis and VP High School for the tables and the lights, and they'll be controlling the lights tonight, to Rosemary Trollope for our venue draping and decor, to Andrea Mackay, big on multimedia videography, Jeff Latham, thank you Jeff for being here again, he just takes the most magnificent photos, and those will be available sometime after the concert. Hilton Bennett from Graphic Vine for doing so much for us in terms of our graphic design, and then to Mr. Ray Pretorius and the Clarendon Park Estate team who have really been hard at work getting everything set up and ready for tonight. And then to all of you, I know moms and dads, we say this every year, someone's got to be getting them to band very early in the morning, someone's got to be nudging them to practice and rehearse, someone's got to keep them going, someone's going to be listening to those squeaks when they started many years ago. So thank you to all of you for all that you do to get us to this point. It really is never taken for granted. So thank you to all of you for the enormous amount of input that you put into your young musician's life. I trust that by now the sounds at home are melodious and calming and soothing, and it's all been worth the effort. So thank you. To the Clarendon Park staff who are behind the scenes, thank you. I'm biased, but they're the best staff in the world, so thank you so much for all that you're doing. And then to our own Clarendon Park music staff, who also put a huge amount of effort into the organisation, to Ms. Taryn Mintua and soon to be Ms. Taryn Ricks. It's wonderful to be able to celebrate our young musicians, and thank you for all your effort. So, without any further ado, one big thank you, and that's obviously, and I know we'll thank them through the evening, are to our musicians, who just, I know are going to blow our minds tonight and tomorrow, just with their fantastic talent. And thank you to every musician, primary school and high school. I know things are busy at the moment. We hit trial exams on Monday with our matrics, so I know life is hectic. So thank you for making the effort to be here tonight and be part of this very, very special concert. So without any further ado, I am biased, but I'm now going to hand you over to the magnificent and incredible Clarendon Park Jazz Band with Mr. Kurt Ricks in charge. Thank you.
called Buff, B-I-F-F. I don't know what it means, but it's by the Huntertones. It probably came out sometime within the last 2 years. So the Huntertones are a band from New York. So that's a pretty cool contemporary piece that we played. The next one's not so contemporary. It's, you should all know it, it's from The Sound of Music. And in the jazz world, John Coltrane made it pretty popular. So yeah, we'll play that one. It's called My Favorite Things. Okay, so the next one is called Fables of Forbes. It's written by Charles Mingus, who was known as the angry man of jazz. And in his life he was pretty angry, and in his music sometimes as well. For those of you who think of jazz as elevator music, this one's for you. Okay. Okay, so we move on to our final piece for the evening. I'm going to invite a couple guests on stage. We have an alumni band happening this evening as well, which means we have some past members joining us. And we rehearsed with them on Tuesday. And then the next day, a couple of the guys said, listen, could we jump in on this piece? I couldn't say no. So we're getting Liam from Pearson and Ethan. Oh, is there? They're joining us. They asked us to. And then this young man on bass, he sat in on the session for the rehearsal just to help us out. And he played so well, I was like, can you please just play it on the evening as well? You know when you're having a rehearsal and you don't even realize like what's happening because it's just so good. I was focusing on other things, and about 5 minutes before we ended, I realized, oh, it was him playing. So, like I said, I asked him to join us. And I would like to invite our guest for the evening onto stage. She is a phenomenal performer and vocalist, award-winning. She's performed in all sorts of places around the world, and not to put pressure. And she's also a friend of mine. And one thing I've really enjoyed about this process is the excitement that she has had coming to work with the kiddies here at Clarendon. They enjoyed it, she's enjoyed it, and it's been such an awesome experience just sharing music and learning from each other. So without further ado, Asanda Mkwiki.
Hello everybody. I'm asking Kurt if I can stand here. It looks like I can fall anytime. Oh yes, today. Hello. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. This is one of my dreams that is coming true. I've always wanted to play with a school band, a jazz band. I was a hockey player at Erica Girls School. So at assembly, I would how are these people playing these instruments? But you know what? I was excellent in playing sports. But I don't know how I found myself. I'm here now. I'm a musician now. Thank you. Are you ready? So, that's how you say. Beleza, camada, beleza. That's all I want you to say. You got it right. Are you ready now? This says, call on me and I'll give you strength, alright? One more time. Give yourself some round of applause now. That's Thank you so much.
Hello. Oh, there we go. My bad. Okay, so we'll set up for the next band, and in the meantime, chat to each other, eat your food, and all that sort of thing, and then we'll get going again in about 5 minutes.
Hey, we're live. Good evening. I hope you're having a lovely evening sitting in. I hear some snacks. I'll be joining that side after we play our 3 songs. The first one is a pretty cool one. It's an arrangement made sort of as a copy of C Jam Blues, which is a classic standard. And it's a bit like an IKEA furniture arrangement. So it's completely in pieces. And we as a band put it together based on what feels right. And so it's quite an exciting tune, and we'll have 3 soloists on this tune. It's called Straw Boss. Thanks so much. The next one is a South African classic by Abdullah Ibrahim, or Dollar Brand, as he came to light. And it's called Manenberg. And what do you keep calling it? Manenberg. Manenberg. Our soloists on the last one was Trevor on trombone, Ryan on clarinet, and Arnie on the tenor saxophone. I took a chance and an opportunity to pull into the band, like my high school teacher did back in the day, just having fun playing in the band with the kids. And so I took that opportunity to pull out a horn and jam along, and the next one I'll take a short little solo on it. Manenberg. Manenberg. That's a great classic South African chief. The last one we've got is a classic big band arrangement. It's a theme from a movie. Well, there have been a million of those movies. And it's not the Fast and the Furious. It's Mission Impossible. Thank you so much for listening to us, the Summerwood Jazz Band. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
In the sycamore trees, say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight, tell me you miss me. This could be. find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, it's only a dream of me. Yeah, dream
Hello. Oh gosh. Hello. How's it? I love speaking so much. There's my table. Hi. Hello everybody. Okay. Here we are again. Thank you, Clarendon, for inviting us again. We love being here. It's a great school. Nice music department. Amazing. Fabulous. We are playing 3 pieces. Songs, actually. I will follow him from... Yes, Sister Act, the best, it's their favourite. Then we're playing Doxy, followed by CJ Blues. I hope you enjoy. We hope you enjoy. unfortunately, I'm supposed to say who's played solos, right? Caitlin Hall on the trumpet and Layla Gibbs on the saxophone. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. All right. I hear you've all been having a lovely evening thus far, okay? And it's gonna get even lovelier, okay? So, I am Mr. Jonas, and we are the Pearson High School Jazz Band, all right? And yes, someone clap hands. You can clap hands. Yes, there we go. Okay. And then just two things you need to know about me. So in Afrikaans, there's a saying, klein bottel groot gif. Alright, I think that describes me perfectly. I may be short and petite, but I do a thing when it needs to be done. And then, my age has been a topic of debate. Some people think I'm in matric. I am in fact the teacher. Okay, so just to get to the proceedings, just want to say thank you as well. Just thank you to the Clarendon Music Department. They've been organizing this Jazz Band Spectacular for a few years now. And it is the Pearson Jazz Band's third year doing this. And every time we have come, it's always just run smoothly. Everyone knows where to go. I am at peace. The kids are at peace. The kids were building puzzles in the warm-up venue earlier, and it's just a nice time. So thank you, Clarendon Jazz Band, Clarendon Music Department, for that. Then I'd also like to thank the principal as well. Usually when there are some type of cuts that happen, the arts is the first to go. However, the decision has been made to keep the arts and actually invest in the arts. So I'm really grateful for that, because that has allowed us now to have this opportunity. Okay. And now on to some music. So the first item we're gonna play, and the items in general, this year I've selected music that is where there is something for everyone. And this is something for the learners as well. So is there anyone in the room under the age of 18? Okay, a few people, all right. Who knows the animation Cowboy Bebop? Okay, some enthusiasm. Okay, so we are going to be playing Tank from Cowboy Bebop. This is an anime, apparently a very popular one. Alright, it is animation full of action and fighting, and the music represents that, so I hope you enjoy. enjoy bebop. Now we're gonna move on to a song for everyone and maybe something for us back in the day. So, who knows the movie The Jungle Book? Okay, so now we're gonna play I Wanna Be Like You from The Jungle Book that is arranged for the jazz band. Hope you enjoy. Something I just forgot to do, I just forgot to acknowledge the soloists. So can all the soloists who played in the last two songs just stand up quickly, please? Alright, so there we have Liam Julie on guitar, Mary Ann Howden on alto sax, Josh Kutsia on tenor sax, and Timothy Yele, a former Clary's boy. Okay, and then we have Andrew Broom, also a former Clary's boy. Then we have Hannah Richardson, as well as Ethan Newmay. Alright. So up next is actually just a piece of music for me. It's called Furioso by Michelle Fernandez, and this is more on the academic side of things, and I just wanted to really teach the learners or two with this piece. It is a Latin piece, okay, and what makes it quite difficult is that it's very fast-paced and there's a lot of offbeat rhythms as well, and the harmonies aren't really what your ear is used to as well. But it's groovy and it's still enjoyable. So yeah. On alto saxophone, Josh Kutsia on tenor sax, and Ethan Nume on the trumpet. All right, and then just before we play our last number, which I won't introduce because I think it's a vibe enough. Okay. I just want to thank our two lovely matrix. Okay, so come stand, don't be shy. Let's stand. Here we go. Okay, that is Ethan Nume and Zoe Steenbach. Thank you so much for your service. It's much appreciated. We will miss you. And yeah, and I just hope you continue to do music in some capacity, because I mean, if you're sounding as fire as you are now, imagine how it's going to marinate in the future, you know? Okay. Thank you very much, guys. All right, so now up next, okay, so Mary Ann is not only our first alto saxophonist, but she is also our vocalist for the band. And she will be serenading you with some good vibes. Otherwise, thank you for having us, and hopefully we see you all again next year. Also, while they're recovering, I'd just like to thank Mr. Tarantal as well. Okay. That was actually a good reminder, because he is doing the auxiliary percussion And he's the teacher that also supplies the drummers to the band, not only the jazz band, but the concert band as well. He supplies us with our percussion learners. So without him, I think we'd be sounding very empty. So we can give Mr. Tarantola a hand.
Hello. Can I use this mic? Thank you. Good evening. Hello everyone, how are you doing? Gee, sorry about that. I mean, how long does it take to set up a 50-piece band? I mean, even 4 music teachers took about 15 minutes, so I do humbly apologize for that. I don't know why Clarendon Park still insists on inviting us to a jazz band festival, but here we are again. Anyway, thank you very much, Clarendon Park, for hosting this. Last time I used this one. Oh, you wanted? Sorry about that. Wow, geez, what a great evening so far, eh? What fantastic bands that have been playing here. We've been sitting up there and just listening in and taking some notes, and my oh my, can you just give them a round of applause? They've just been incredible. And behind me, I've got the Greenwood Wind Band. Here they are. I told my music staff that I wouldn't be doing much talking tonight. Apparently I like to yap on the mic. I have to prove them wrong or right. I don't know nowadays. Anyway, inviting Miss Nandem Zaidume to the mic, she will be singing Doobie by Freshly Ground. Let's please give her a round of applause. Miss Nandem Zaidume. Apparently I have to step down because I'm tall. Isn't she beautiful?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I just thought I should break the ice. I'm sorry.
Did you hear the news on the radio today? People have agreed to give their love away. I can't wait to be there in line. Don't know. Politicians have agreed to honor and obey. We'll come down and listen to what the people say. I can't wait to be there in line. Don't know. Oh, doobie, 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 doobie. Doobie, doobie, doobie,
Malume. Now I'd like to introduce, because we are such a big band, we've got two conductors. Mr. Chadley Johnson. Give him a round of applause. Geesh. Let's give another round of applause to Mr. Oyster Blakey and Mr. S.A. Songa. Just before we play our final number, just a huge congratulations to the Clarendon Park Music Department for the big mansion that they've built near the poolside. Just want to say congratulations on that. And by the way, it overlooks the pool. So it's a nice balcony. There's the pool. There should be a braai area. Maybe it wasn't in the budget, but next time. I don't know, if I was part of that, I'd be coming to work every weekend. Where are you going? Ah, a lot of work. Plenty of work to be done. Get some friends over, get a braai. I mean, tomorrow the Springboks are playing. Not that that's relevant. That's the perfect place to host that. So, congratulations to you, Clarendon Park. Congratulations on hosting. I heard the principal earlier on saying that something about Clarendon Park staff being the best staff in the world. To my Greenwood management team, thank you very much for coming. The best management team in the universe. And to my music department staff, thank you very much. Thank you to my parents who are here. Can't thank everyone. Later on my way home, I will also thank myself. By the way, ticket holders, did anyone get a message saying about department regulations? You're not allowed to bring something that rhymes with line or fine, starts with W. Am I the only person that got that message? Did you guys get it? Oh, okay. Just making sure that we're all following department regulations, guys. Let's keep it friendly. And last but not least, to my band, good job, guys. Lovely seeing you. Yes, we'll be having a rehearsal on Monday morning, as per usual. And to everyone that's here, to the lighting staff, sound guys, thank you very much, guys. I just want to try out something. I know I'm talking too much, but there's something that I said. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, Alumni. I just want to see if they're ready. This morning we rehearsed something. And I said, you see the drummer started clicking. I'm like, oh yes, let's go. Sorry, parents, I just had to try. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Oh, yes! Saxophone section, please. Thank you very much. ladies and gentlemen, the Greenwood Primary School with band. Someone doesn't know that they have a gift waiting for them at home today. Oh wait, no, she's at that table. Lovey, this is for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been great. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Okay, so we have our final item of the evening. Nice. This is the alumni band. We have a bunch of students from a variety of schools joining us. As I said earlier on, we rehearsed on Tuesday. This is a big jam session. That's what this is. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to make some noise for you. And yeah, vibes. Okay, we also have the special star. This particular piece was actually Faith on the drums last year. Begged us to do a special star, so we got it arranged for the band. And so we'll do it again. Now that she's back with us. Okay. Okay, the next tune we're going to play is called Grazing in the Grass. popularized by Yuma Sakela, famous South African jazz trumpet player. The first bar is cowbell by itself, and I don't know if any of you watch Saturday Night Live, but there's that skit like "Need More Cowbell," and you just okay. Some people have seen it. Finally, we get to our last song for the evening, which is called Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. It's sitting on my stand over there, because we're doing the slightly different form for this one, so I actually need to see what's going on. It's not even a conductor's. Anyway, you don't want to know that. No one wants to know how the sausage is made. Is that how the saying goes? Anyway, we're going to have some soloists from our alumni. Okay, we're going to Ethan Nume. What did I say? Then Liam. Then we'll go to Matthew Broom. Thank you. And finally Tim Yella, who was with us last year as well. Okay. And we also like to call the song Bleep Up because it just starts with this Bleep Up. You'll see. right? And especially when taking a solo. No one knows what's going to happen, but we hope that something good happens, and if something good isn't happening, we'll play until something good does happen. Okay? I wanted to say thank yous before the last song, but as usual, I forgot. So, thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Okay, really appreciate it. We appreciate your support. Again, thank you everyone that's been involved behind the scenes. From my side, thank you to the Clarendon Park music staff. You guys are awesome. And yeah, hopefully see some of you tomorrow again. It's different schools, so it's a different show. There might still be some tickets available. And what time will the rugby end? You can dovetail those two events, surely. Okay, thank you very much. Go home, everyone.